Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tevaron here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. You may notice that I've had to do some adjustments to the game sound. Namely, I've had to completely mute the music. We will still be able to hear the sound effects, such as the wind blowing and other such things, but I was having a problem with the music in this game getting content ID matched, so unfortunately we are going to have to remove that. And I'm sorry that we have to do that. It does add a lot to the game, but times being as they are, we just have to roll with what we've got. Anyway, we were about to solve this, or try to solve this puzzle. We had read a spell off this paper and had some glowy blue lights in the doorway here, and it wanted us to match interiors. So I'm going to explore this house to try to get an idea of the layout so that we will have some idea as to what the interior is supposed to be. I mean, we could just guess and guess and guess at it, but I'm guessing that would take a while. Nice little balcony here. Alright. Little wardrobe. This is not... None of this is really looking like what we had on the... through the doorways, through the portals. Let's just see. Okay. We can't switch this one. I guess this is sort of the entrance, and once we get in there, we'll be able to switch. But yeah, there's nothing like that. This is the only stairway in the house, and it doesn't look like that. So, are we matching the interiors of another house? That house, perhaps? Let's go check that out. And on the way, I want to check out that structure right there and see what's going on with it. Around and around and around. And this looks like some sort of lift or elevator. Okay. Nice to know the game won't let me fall, and the controls are missing. So, at least for the moment, we can't do anything with the lift here. I do say it's a lift, I'm just sort of assuming. Can we get around through here? Okay, nice. Okay. Can't really get around to the front of the house, or the side of the house that's facing the road. Okay. So we have a water pump that we can't use, and an entrance here. This is the house, because this is the first scene that we see through the portal in the previous house that we were in. So let's try to memorize this house. And that may be a bit harder because this one looked substantially bigger than the other one. Read. Got an old water damaged photo with 6 people in it. That's Ethan on the left there, and Grandpa Ed. That could be Travis in the middle. I don't know who the other 3 are. On the day the photo was taken, Uncle Chad was mean, Dad was sad, Mom was mad, Travis was loud, Grandpa was quiet. So they're written in approximate locations of the people on the front. So the bald fellow there is Uncle Chad. Then the other 2 are Dad and Mom. Alrighty. So now we've seen more of Ethan's family. We'll go this way first. So this doorway comes into a little hall with another small stairway, a door to the right to the outside, and the stairway goes up into a room with a large table. And I don't know if we can actually see that from the door. So it's a large table with overturned chair. This room just has an overturned chair and...
What did you do? What did you wake up?
Nothing. I found a room, I walked into it, that's it.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So we're getting a little bit of story here. Anyway, we have an overturned chair here and a boarded up door. This house looks like it's been burned. To me, it looks like there's evidence of fire damage. Will we get something in here?
You can feel it, right? Something coming from the Vandergrift house.
I can feel it. Ethan disturbed the sleeper. He must be punished.
I'm feeling kind of sorry for Ethan. His family seems to be a little bit off their rockers. Either that or they're being affected by some paranormal entity, the sleeper. Down this little hall, we have what looks like a kitchen area. We get some story in here.
You need to talk to your son. He was poking around in the old Vandergrift house again. Said he found some secret room.
Yeah, really? Okay, I will go talk to him.
Okay, so Missy and Dale are Ethan's parents, apparently. Missy seems to be the one who is the forceful personality in the family. And Dale seems to be a bit of a weaker personality type. So up the stairs, we got more stairs going up. Immediately to the left, we've got a room with a desk and a chest of drawers.
Pop, they're getting worse. They keep talking about this thing, this sleeper.
I know. What I don't know is if it's real or not.
So Grandpa Ed seems to be the most sane and rational one that we've heard from thus far. In this room, all that I can see from this doorway is a wardrobe and then a little nightstand-like table. This room doesn't seem to trigger any story. And then there's a room off to the right here, and it goes into a hallway. Yeah, this house is way bigger than the other house. Okay, from this doorway we see a painting with horses, or a horse and dogs, lots of animals.
Travis, leave the boy alone. I see how you've been looking at him.
You don't even know, do you? You have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on. And from this door, we can see some chairs and an overturned stuffed chair.
You have to help us. It's the only way. It wants Ethan.
You're crazy. You've all gone crazy.
Well, maybe despite Dell being a little bit of a more laid-back personality, he does seem to also have some sense about him. So, I wonder if Ed is Dale's father. Maybe it's a family trait that's been passed down, or if he's Missy's father. So up the stairs is an attic, then another little set of stairs, into another attic room with a desk with books on it at the far end.
It's not my fault. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
Edgar Allan Poe, the narrative.
Ethan's family blamed him. Whatever it was he'd accidentally let loose, his family was convinced that hurting him would solve their problems, would soothe their disturbed minds. Whatever haunted the Carters was still here somewhere, in the wind.
Someone has a good collection of good classic literature. I'm not one of the people who's of the opinion that all of literature that are considered classics are actually that good. But most of those I would say are in the good camp. Edgar Allan Poe, Mark Twain, Jules Verne, so on and so forth. Okay, let's go while that's relatively fresh in our minds and see if we can solve this thing. Okay. So the spell dissipated when we walked away. So we don't have to worry about the first one. It gives us that. This door down here was to a kitchen, was it? That's wrong. That's wrong. I think that's right. Okay, so blue flashes are good. Good. And we'll go here next. This had a little stairway going up. That's it. This one had a boarded up door and an overturned chair. Yep. Okay. This one had a table. A large table. Yeah, I think that's it. And it is good. Our little door to the outside is closed in this version of the house. Okay. This was... no, it's not that. Is there a door over there? Yeah, this is it. Good. This had just a wardrobe and a sort of an end or nightstand type table. There we go. Alright, and this was the stairs again. It's just kind of a wraparound. That looks like it. Nice. I think that's correct. It is. This had the painting. There's the painting. Alright. This had the overturned stuffed chair. There it is. This house seems to have at least two areas that would, to my mind, qualify as kitchen or dining areas. I wonder if this was a duplex with someone or a family living on the lower floor and then another person or persons living on the upper floors. So we don't have to worry about this. And this should be the other attic room. Oh, that's wrong. That's it. Okay. Did we get it wrong? It's giving us the portal again. Oh, man. This is very Leonardo da Vinci-like diagrams and sketches on the walls. And the rest of it sort of looks like an alchemist or a wizard's workshop. I believe these are alembics. Distilling into various bottles. Some sort of a head and a fetus-like thing. Let's see. Alright. A magician once lived inside an old house and made potions that let him see the future. People from the village came to the magician's house, and they demanded he share his potions with them. "We want to see the future too," they told him. But the magician said no. The people from the village grew angry and burned the magician's house. But the magician knew this would happen. He had already cast a spell on his potion room. The house burned, but the room did not. The people from the valley waited, but the magician never came out. That's a neat drawing. Sort of reminds me of the depiction of two mirrors facing each other and reflections stretching off into infinity.
Why are you standing there? You spying?
No.
No, huh? What the hell's wrong with you exactly?
Nothing.
You need to stop leaving your stupid stories around. They're freaking everyone out.
Maybe not everyone, Chad. Maybe just you, because you don't have the required intelligence to appreciate creativity. Because Ethan's honestly a pretty good writer for someone his age. So this looks like a moonshine distillery. So what I'm gathering so far is Ethan, like most good authors, is drawing inspiration from what he knows and what he experiences in his life. The moonshine distillery here, and what I think is a secret room because we haven't seen this yet. Yeah, this was in the wardrobe we couldn't enter before. It was an inspiration for his story about the magician brewing potions in a secret room. Blaze reveals moonshine operation. Bayfield County. Ashland Township volunteer firefighters discovered an apparent moonshine still while battling a blaze in the woods off Old Ogden Road. According to authorities, the still comprised a propane stove and 4-gallon stainless steel pot, which was used to hold the whiskey mash. Based on the size of the still, Bayfield County Sheriff Hank Schaffel believes it may be part of a small operation, though he admitted there could be other stills in the county. Officers on the scene recovered a half-gallon of apple pie moonshine and 1 gallon of unflavored moonshine. Apple cider and cinnamon sticks were found adjacent to the still. The police have been unable to determine who owns the still. Sheriff Schaffel said a cigarette butt tossed at the scene likely caused the fire. NASA launches ATS-6 satellite, Cape Canaveral, Florida. NASA launched what is being called the world's first educational satellite in Florida today, giving the United States a powerful edge in telecommunication technology. The application's Technology Satellite 6 will directly broadcast educational programming to several countries, including the United States, Canada, India, and Australia. NASA believes the satellite will remain in constant contact with the Earth for at least the next 5 years. See, this is what I assume that Ethan got his inspiration for the story about the beast being abducted by the alien craft. That's great. I love that. That's a nice little touch of real-world realism. Because if you ever want to write anything successfully, you have to write what you know. I mean, how can you write what you don't know? The table's gone that had our little paper with the spell on it. That's completely vanished. So, where to next? We've got 2 choices, I think. We have the road that winds on around following the lake, or we have the road that is behind the house there. I think I want to head up the road behind the house first. I don't know why. I want to explore everything in the game if it lets me. It's just really, really interesting to me and beautiful, this world that they've woven. Okay, it looks like a logging road. Alright. Let's kind of run up through here. Can I go up the slope here? I can. But is there anything to find? Doesn't seem to be. So the road, is it a split or does it just wind around? It just winds around. Got a, oh, whoa.
People come here for many reasons. They want to ask me questions about the future. But I can see the future. So it is the past that interests me. If you want to find my house, you must answer the questions I ask of you.
Okay. Saw some torches off in the distance. And now we're in a black and white dreamlike state.
When you close your eyes, whose voice do you hear?
Mine, I mean, I don't hear anyone else's voice. Usually.
Does sin come from the heart or the mind?
Sin's a rather abstract concept. So, I mean, I don't know that there's much that's objectively wrong. The world's very black and white. Or not very black and white. There's lots of shades of gray. So,
Do you admire thieves for their bravery or their greed?
no, neither.
Do you feel there is vanity in charity?
I mean, that depends on the person and
Do you take that which you know you will not return?
no.
Is betrayal caused by inequality or injustice?
You're giving me two choices there, but I feel that betrayal can be caused by many things, not just those two. So, is this the hut? Is this her house? Got torches and goats' heads hanging. Lots of particle effects that look like ash. Okay, so we found another story. A beautiful woman sat by a river. A witch approached and told the woman she was to have a child. The woman began to cry with joy, but the joy turned to fear, and she could not stop crying. Fear turned to sadness. The woman continued to cry. She cried for months, hardly sleeping, until the child was born. But the crying had aged the woman, and she was no longer beautiful. When he was old enough, her son climbed the mountain to find the home of the witch. He asked her if she could make his mother beautiful again. The witch asked the boy many questions. After hearing the answers, the witch told the boy she had lied to the mother about her child. The boy disappeared, and the mother was beautiful again. That's maybe the most well written of the stories that we've found so far, but I'm not really sure that I like the values it's portraying there, because I'm sure the woman would trade all the beauty that she had to keep her child, and the fact that it's putting beauty on such a high pedestal, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Ethan, the point of life is not to rock the boat. Just try to get along. Stop living in your head. Do something real. That's what people respond to. Reality.
I feel like that depends on the type of person that you're speaking about. So apparently His mother did not understand him. His uncle and brother did not understand him. We don't really know about Dad, although Grandfather seemed to be all right with his writing. Ethan, honey, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I want you to keep this note and read it every time I lose my temper. I don't mean it, and know I got a snake's tongue. You're my little guy, my precious bean. You just got to pull your head out of them clouds, okay? Love, Mom. Again, I don't know how I feel about Mom here, because I feel like if you want to apologize to your son about getting angry at him, you need to just stop getting angry at him. And with one hand, she's holding out an apology, and with the other, she's jamming what she wants right back into his face again without letting him be himself. Wonder if we can find our way back to the road that we were on. Let's try this way. Alright. Making our way through the trees. Now we found the... I believe this is the road. So we'll keep on going this way. Kind of a little clearing here. Alright. Seems to be nothing over there. We found what looks to be a church. The road keeps going on that way. We're gonna check this out. Is that a mausoleum over here? So we've got a church and a graveyard. These are some pretty can I not? Yeah, I can. These are some pretty fancy mausoleums here. That one seems to be open. You've got blood on the wall. Some kind of symbol. Bohemian Star, Geneva Corvi, Wing of the Crow, Crow's Feet, Broken Crosses, Nero Class, Death Rune, Sacrifice to Klepoth, Sigil. Inspect. Mortar, trowel, pile of bricks. Work interrupted, dropped. Wheelbarrow. Got another inspect over here. Burnt matches, oil can, spilled oil, round stain, oil lamp. Okay, so where's the oil lamp? It's indoors. That's probably part of the church, if I had to guess. So we need to find the oil lamp inside the church, and it appears we've got another puzzle sequence here, but that will need to wait for next time. Thank you so much on joining me for this Let's Play of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like below. It really does help, and consider subscribing to the channel. But until next time, be excellent to each other.